What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and we just got a brand new legendary Aquatic Kingdoms hero in Gemstone Legends. It is NARITHIA. So of course, I'm going to do a full breakdown and summons. But first, download Gemstone Legends, a mobile RPG puzzle match game. Use the link in the description to start with free stuff, including a bonus hero. I'll tell you what, this new Aquatic Kingdoms clan so far has been really amazing. Not only has the art been fantastic in my opinion, but this is actually a meta-defining new clan, I think. So we're getting a lot of really great new heroes and they're coming like one after another. So I've been really impressed by them so far. I was really lucky to get Maurice last time. Go check out that video. I think she's going to be particularly special. So we're going to take a look at NARITHIA today and see if she's going to be just as good. Now, I'm somebody who not only likes good characters, I like to collect the cards as well. So I always like to summon if I can. So we're going to see if I can get her today. Let's take a look at her stats and abilities. So first things first, I'm taking a look at her awakened and not awakened just to take a peek at the stats. And it's looking to me like she's got pretty good HP and her attack is a little bit above normal, although not anything to write home about, but her speed is really good. This is a pretty high speed for a brand new hero. We don't typically see it at 208 or above, so do take note of that. Also, the mana gain is already at 20, so you never need to put caster equipment on this particular hero because it is already at a place where it's going to take 5 tiles to set the special off, and nothing you can do is really going to change that unless you can do a mix of like runes and caster equipment that might get there at some point, but you'd really have to work for that if it's even possible. But let's take a look at accuracy leader. She increases the accuracy for all allies in the arena by 50%. Not typically one of the better leader abilities, so I don't think we'll be getting her for that. I almost always use speed leader unless there's some kind of crazy synergy that I want some other ability. Let's take a look at the active skill. This Might Sting deals true damage to a single enemy, 20% of target's max HP. Now that is always a really powerful way to deal damage, and you're obviously going to be targeting an opposing hero that has really high HP, which has been a problem in this game. It's really hard to take those down because when you combine high HP with the other defensive types of factors and skills in this game, it can be really difficult to take those big guys down. So this is kind of nullifying that, which is cool. Deals true damage to all enemies, 15% of target's max HP. So now not only are we targeting a high HP hero to take out, but we are just spreading that damage around too. So not only is this sort of a sniper hybrid, also AoE effect here too. Keep that in mind. That's actually really cool. There's not a lot of text here, but the text I see is really powerful from a damage perspective. Now, because there's not much other text here, I think the damage is so powerful that we really don't need a lot of other text here. But because there's not a lot of other text here, at least as far as the active skill goes, she's not doing anything tricky. She's not doing anything that I think you're going to be building a lot of synergy around for the active skill. You're just dealing damage, right? So you're sticking her on. That does mean she's really flexible, but you're just sticking her on a team as the one who's going to try to be taking out the opposing heroes. You're going to need to build the synergy around her. I do think once we take a look at the passive over here, there is a synergy I do want to talk about in kind of building this team, but this is a really interesting passive. At the start of her turn, she has a 100% chance to inflict poison on all enemies for 3 turns. That's okay. Once per turn, if there are 2 or more allies alive, upon death, she resurrects herself with 50% HP and has a 100% chance to inflict poison on all enemies for 2 turns. This resurrection effect can be extremely powerful and really frustrating for an opponent when a hero just keeps resurrecting itself. Attack and defense increase by 5% every 5 turns. And then mana gain increased by 1 if you level the skill the whole way up. But like I said, I don't think that we really need to worry about mana gain with this one. But between the mana gain increased by 1, perhaps caster equipment, maybe runes, something like you could potentially get it up to 25, but you'd have to work for it. So anyway, what is the synergy I'm talking about here? Well, she's dealing damage not based on her own constitution, not based on her own attack, not based on her own defense or anything like that. It's on the opponent's. So you could potentially actually build her to be fragile, like on purpose, and not keep her alive. Focus on the other heroes on your team. If you're in war, the other 3 heroes. If you're fighting pretty much any of the other modes, the other 4. So yeah, I think that you could potentially really think about making them tough, making sure that they don't die because they need to be alive for this passive to work. But you could build her fragile and just kind of ignore her and let her die and come back, because that's where you're really going to take advantage of her special here. When she's dying and resurrecting and dealing poison and coming back with 50% HP, and especially if you compare other resurrection effects on the team with this, where it's beneficial, like any champ that says when an ally dies, basically, you're going to want to look for this kind of synergy. So the active skill is really simple. The active skill is just there to deal damage, you know? But the passive is going to potentially really enable some cool things, I think. And we have a lot of heroes that haven't even been released yet that could come out down the road to take advantage of when an ally dies. So keep an eye on that. So I see this being a really interesting, unique linchpin type of piece to some strategies that I really want to play around with. So let's jump into the summoning portal because I want to go after her. Yes, I know I don't have a wish list hero here because I know I've said this in a few videos before. I'm using my gems on other things right now, so I'm not using it on that. But I'm gonna go, let's say 50-ish gold scrolls and maybe like 3 platinum scrolls. We'll see how this goes. And let's see if I have any like shards ready to go too. Yeah, let's do 3 platinum scrolls. I think that would be good. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna skip through all the heroes I've talked about before, 3-star heroes, things like that, just so the video doesn't turn into like a 40-minute video. Here, we got something already. What is it? What is it? Drum roll, please. All right. It is Chaso, which is one of the featured heroes. Grants spell shield to an ally and to himself for 3 turns. Removes, there's a bug here. Removes what? Donkey help dot description missing element remove. Okay, whatever. Removes negative statuses from an ally. Okay, that was an interesting bug. If the ally is affected by his special abilities below 30%, he grants protective shield based on 10% of the target's max HP for 3 turns to an ally. For every negative status he removes with his special ability, he heals himself for 5% max HP. Interesting. All right, continuing on. All right, what do you guys think of NARITHIA? Please mention in the comments if you were thinking of some of the synergies I was talking about with the resurrection effect. If there's any in the game, I'm sure the community would like to know and share, and the cool things we might be able to do with her. We got Rena here. We're gonna continue on. That's somebody I have covered before. I will tell you what, Gemstone Legends is going strong for the reasons that we're getting these really cool heroes that continue to be really balanced in the meta. We got Chaso again. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Could be Queso, Kazo, I don't know. But Gemstone Legends keeps coming out with really cool, unique heroes that don't upset the meta completely. Like, first of all, the legendary heroes are really hard to get. And you would think that would be bad for the game because people want the best heroes, but there's no legendary hero that's just far and above, like everybody has to have it. You can, if you are a good team builder, you can really make strong teams no matter who you have. You just work with what you get. And I think that creates a really diverse meta. It creates really interesting situations. You have to pay attention to everything that's going on. You have to know all your opponents' skills and abilities and how they interact with one another. And that is why Gemstone Legends is still going strong. I have been playing Gemstone Legends for a while now, where I've played other games that have come and gone. And this one just stands strong. Alright, we got like 4 more scrolls here. Another epic hero. One I've covered before, Elrena. Alright, 2 and 1. Last gold scroll. And it's rare. It is Umug. Alright, let's move on to the platinum scrolls. I'll go ahead and use my platinum scroll shards first. And then we'll use 2 regular. We're getting a bunch of this guy here. Alright. Come on, let's get NARITHIA. Oh. Bohumir. One more. And then I'm gonna save them for future summons because there's so many good Aquatic Kingdoms heroes coming out. And once again, Chaso. Alright guys, well, I didn't get the featured hero this time. You win some, you lose some. It happens. But this Aquatic Kingdoms clan is really, really good. So good luck to you guys who are summoning for her. Please let me know in the comments how you're going to use her if you do get her and what you think of her, because now I'm curious because I'm not going to get to test her, but hopefully you will. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.